And welcome into this edition of ACAP Today for the month of September 2025. I'm Jason Parent with Aroostook County Action Program. On this month's edition of ACAP Today, we're going to check in with community leaders here at ACAP and the United Way of Aroostook about a new program called Wheels to Work. We're also going to talk about how literally folks here at ACAP and United Way of Aroostook are helping people get to work by helping with one of the most important needs, and that's transportation. But we'll discuss that in just a little bit in our feature interview. But before we get to that, we're first going to get to the news and information that you can use for this, the month of September 2025. And in the news and information that you can use for this month, we start with this. The Home Energy Assistance Program is opened up for Aroostook County residents, again, for the winter season and the heating season here. You can see on your screen there the 2025-2026 income guidelines by household size and income level. We're really encouraging people this year to connect with us. Last year, we had slightly fewer households in Aroostook County that applied for this program and still more that were qualified for it. And so please do consider, if you're not already scheduled for an appointment this year, to give us a call here at ACAP at 768 3053 or email us at energy@acap-me.org to set up an appointment for the season. However, if you'd prefer, you can do your appointment online this year. The ECOS Main Housing online portal allows you to complete the application process quickly and without having to wait for an appointment. You can go to ecos.mainhousing.org or you can get the link off of the ACAP website to be able to apply online. Now, in next month's edition of ACAP Today, we're going to have much more about energy assistance in Aroostook, Washington, and Hancock counties on a special edition of ACAP Today, where we bring in a number of folks to talk about things about heating systems this coming season, including how you can get connected not only with the Home Energy Assistance Program, but what the emergency fuel season will look like for 2025-2026 winter. We also wanted to share with you this month that our home buyer education classes do continue. We have 4 sessions left in September, October, November, and December here this year. This is an 8-hour approved home buyer education class taught by industry professionals. And there's wonderful benefits for those who qualify income-wise to be able to get up to $5,000 taken care of on the purchase of your home through covering the closing costs. We are offering that one in-person session that was on September 6th, but we have virtual sessions coming up in October, November, and December on the first Saturdays of each of those months, or the first Sunday of October and first Saturdays of November and December, I should say. If you'd like to register or know someone who might benefit from this class and would like more information, give us a call at 764-3721 or email us at homebuyeredu@acap-me.org. We are also wanting to share with you that the Women, Infant, and Children's Program is accepting new families. We are consistently accepting new families, and the income qualification guidelines for the WIC program are slightly higher than most of the programs that we do offer here at ACAP. So we really encourage folks to look into the Women, Infant, and Children's Program. It does provide complete nutrition care for thousands of Maine families, including over 1,000 here in Aroostook County. Helping Maine kids grow up to be strong and healthy adults. WIC food benefits are available based again on income guidelines, but those income guidelines are more open than other income guidelines for other programs. All pregnant women and children under the age of 5 that are eligible to receive SNAP or Maine Care are also eligible for WIC. So it's not an either or situation, and we encourage folks to consider applying and learning more about the WIC program. Now, the benefits of the program include extra food for breastfeeding moms, very important, free electric breast pump loans, as well as nutrition and breastfeeding education, and of course, important nutritional things for children like the infant formula, and after a visit, up to 3 months of grocery store benefits, and that's now done on a very convenient card, a WIC card, no more of the coupons that need to be presented at the stores. And then in the summer months, we're just weaning off of this now, the farmers market benefits here at the Presque Isle location customer service center. for WIC. So there's a list there of approved foods in the eWIC card and that provides you, and a list of locations where we offer WIC clinics across Aroostook County. So please do connect with us if you are a pregnant mother or a family with young children under the age of 5. You are likely eligible to participate in the WIC program. We also, on the opposite end of the spectrum, want to talk a little bit about our Community Aging in Place grant. This provides no-cost home safety checks, minor maintenance repairs, and accessibility modifications for low-income households in Aroostook County with individuals that are 55 and above in the household, or have an individual with disabilities living in the household. These things include modifications such as grab bars and handrails, installation of a shower seat, lever door handles, and kitchen and bathroom faucet replacements to make it easier for use, as well as some minor repairs such as some minor winterization, gutter work, steps and existing ramp repairs, and minor plumbing and electrical work. We also, while we're in the house, do critical safety checks such as checking the dryer vent, furnace filters, replacing low energy light bulbs, and also looking to ensure and replace smoke and carbon monoxide detectors in the home as needed. For more information on the program or to check in on eligibility, call us at 764-3721 or email us at info@acap-me.org. On the early care and education front, we are still offering slots across Aroostook County for children in early childhood education programs, specifically the Head Start program, which has some limited enrollment slots left across Aroostook, Washington, and Hancock counties. ACAP and ACAP's Head Start Down East program offer at locations that you can see there from Bucksport in the south all the way up to Fort Kent in the north. And we certainly encourage parents with young children under the age of 5 to reach out to us to see if there might be an enrollment opportunity for you to get in this fall's class for ACAP Head Start program or our Head Start Down East affiliated program. We are also working with youth across Aroostook County and into Washington County on career counseling. So if you are a youth age 16 through 24, currently not attending school and looking for a job, or considering furthering your education or looking for training opportunities, we want to connect with you. We'll provide an ACAP coach, and support is available for a multitude of things, including learning about what employers are looking for, helping to pay for transportation to and from an experiential work site, learning money management skills, and any financial assistance, including with uniforms and work clothes. Will also help you work on your cover letter and resume building. If you know somebody who could benefit from this program, or if you yourself are someone who could benefit from this program, reach out to us. Again, the number is 764-3721, or workforce@acap-me.org is the email address. And finally, there are many more programs and services that we offer here and our partner organizations across Aroostook, Washington, and Hancock counties as well. If you're uncertain at this time what you might be eligible for, but know you're in need of something, please do feel free to reach out and give us a call. Our number is 764-3721. And that's the news and information that you can use for the month of September 2025. Now joining us, as I indicated earlier, is our two guests familiar to this program. First of all is Heidi Ratcliffe, ACAP's Chief Program Officer, and Heidi and her partner in crime on many, many occasions in doing some wonderful things, especially here in Aroostook County, is of course Sarah Duncan, who is the Executive Director of United Way. Glad to have you both here on this program. You've been guests before, but we have something new and exciting to talk about that I'm very excited about this time. So welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
So Sarah, I guess I want to start with you because this is one of the wonderful new opportunities and wonderful ways that United Way of Aroostook is responding to community need and working collaboratively in partnership, which I give huge credit to United Way for the way that in the last year and a half since you've done a new strategic plan, you've really come across as a critical partner on so many fronts and helping to meet unmet needs. So tell me about Wheels to Work and how this all came about and what this wonderful program's about.
Yes, thank you, Jason. So we created Wheels to Work, Fueling Opportunities to Thrive. It came out of an idea of just seeing a need, knowing that there weren't many programs available to help people maintain employment. And that's our big mission is to help people give them a hand up, not a hand out, and help them stay in the workforce. When we started tackling childcare, it was to help stabilize the workforce. And so then it was an easy transition to go to transportation because we received so many calls of people just needing a simple fix to their vehicle to help them maintain employment. So we decided to create this fund, and we committed $15,000 to the fund, and the John T. Gorman Foundation generously matched that so that we have $30,000 in the next year to spend helping people with vehicle repairs. It could be an inspection, it could be safe tires, just different um, car repairs that really strain people's budgets and people don't plan for, just to make sure that they can get to work safely.
And certainly, Heidi Ratcliffe, you can attest to that, that this often becomes an impediment for families that we're working with, not only here in Aroostook County, but now as we expand our work footprint to Washington and Hancock counties. Transportation is critical, especially in these rural communities. Many people travel some distance to and from work. And there often isn't room in the household budget, especially with the cost of living today, for a costly vehicle repair or making sure that a vehicle is capable of being run on the roads because it's up for inspection. Talk about the need.
Yeah, transportation unfortunately continues to be a need, and I sadly don't think that that's going to be going away anytime soon. As we know, the majority of the individuals in the counties, and I will expand and include that to Washington and Hancock, live paycheck to paycheck, and most individuals do not even have a savings account of $500. And so when you think of something that is so vital to be able to keep their livelihood and their income in that household, and then there's one small thing that happens, and if you don't get paid until next week or the following week, it really can handicap the situation so you're not able to maintain that employment, which then is a trajectory and a spiral downwards of more additional barriers. And sometimes in life, we know that it takes one situation to happen that can literally impact the future of a family and the situation for a family in such a negative way. And it's so hard to stand up and come back from a situation like that. So when United Way and Sarah had said, hey, we have this idea, how do you think this is going to work? Absolutely, without a doubt. There's probably two requests Sarah and I were just talking about that are constant. We have requests repeatedly over and over and over again, and that is for vehicle repairs, transportation assistance, and then electricity, because there's simply no programs that the majority of the public can benefit from. The piece that I really like about the United Way is that their income guidelines for this program is a lot higher because they go off of the ALICE data. And the ALICE data is really important because it's meeting those vulnerable people who are falling between the cracks. And the majority of the programs that we have are up to 200% of poverty. But if you are employed and you have a two-person household, you're oftentimes just a little bit over. It doesn't mean that you're exempt from having issues and emergencies that happen. So the fact that it goes up to 300% and can help an entirely different population really kind of goes back to the hand up and really wanting to make sure that everybody can benefit from a fair chance at maintaining and obtaining employment.
Yeah, critically important. And that is the goal and the work that United Way and ACAP and many others are focused on, is helping to ensure that we have a thriving economy here in Aroostook County and that people have access and can maintain employment. So Sarah, talk to me about how the program works. What is someone who might be watching out there, both in terms of someone who might say, gosh, this is something I'd really like to get behind as a donor. How did they connect with you on that? And then how does somebody who might say, gosh, I've just learned I have this really costly vehicle repair and there's no way it's in my budget right now. How do they initiate the process? So let's start with donor first.
Sure. Donors can contact me. I work directly with the garages. So the payments for the car repairs don't go to the individual. We communicate with the garage. I go through their invoice and we pay the payment directly to them. It just seems the easiest way and it helps spread the word of our program as well. When I'm calling repair shops from Fort Kent to Holton, I get to spread the news of, hey, we've got this great program so that they can pass it on if they have somebody come in that needs a car repair and is struggling. So it's been a great opportunity to meet a lot of different people and spread awareness about the program.
And
So
circulate
donors,
dollars locally too. That you're circulating
yeah,
dollars
and it's
locally.
keeping the
Yeah.
money right here in the local repair shops. And they're so grateful. It's so amazing to see the people. I did get a message this week from somebody who just received a car repair, and he just said, I've never had to ask for help before, and now I can go back to work. And that just means it just makes it worth it. It's amazing to see. And so it's a program that we hope to continue every year. So we are looking for donors to keep supporting this program. But for the people that need to apply or are interested in applying, they can pick up an application right at the front desk at 771 Main Street at the ACAP office. Or they can contact me, Sarah at unitedwayrustic.org for an application. Our office is right in the ACAP building now, so we are right there to answer questions or work with your team because we do help individuals that are in your workforce program. So it's been a great partnership to help screen people and to make sure that they're utilizing your program as well. So we do have asked that they're either currently employed or seeking employment. And we do ask them to get at least one estimate from a garage so that we can just see that the vehicle has been checked. And we do ask that they have current insurance on the vehicle. But if it's an inspection, if it's a registration, if it's tires, windshields, we've done a lot of windshields, just helping to maintain the vehicle safety so that they can stay going to work.
And Sarah, you noted, and that's a model that I think you followed very well in terms of we do this with fuel assistance right here in Aroostook County. These are sort of the dollars of last resort, if you will, that when you talk about the partnership with the ACAP Workforce Development Program, if there is a household that's eligible for workforce development, which would be able to make them eligible to have car repairs and transportation assistance provided through the Workforce Development Program, that's why that partnership is so critical and important. So from a donor perspective, if you're looking to give to this project, you can sort of be assured that other avenues and other resources have been explored first, correct?
Correct. I run the names of the individuals with Heidi and her team, and they just see if they could qualify for any of the federal funds first. I think Heidi could speak on that better. But yes, we do make sure that there are other avenues of assistance for them.
So Heidi, let's then turn to you. Let's talk about the workforce development program and how there is a component, obviously, of the workforce development program that ensures that people can get to their place of employment.
Yeah, I think that's probably one of my most exciting parts of this project. Not just that this program exists for an unmet need, but that Sarah and United Way was willing to kind of work with us to say, how can we make it as best as we possibly can? And that's ensuring that we use the federal funds that we have first before donor dollars. And so it's truly taking a look. We reviewed the application together and we set it up so that our workforce services services, we screen everybody who is seeking employment. And if they are in fact seeking employment and need assistance with transportation, that's a service we naturally provide. And so our support service dollars that we can use when someone is enrolled through our workforce programs, which we have all different types. Actually, they're listed right here. So adult, dislocated, youth services. Each individual can receive up to $4,000 in support services. Each category has a maximum allowance for certain situations, but it reduces every barrier that would stop them or limit them to get to work or their training. And so we really want to put as many people possible through this program that qualify. And so the neat part of Sarah's application is that she will ask that question. We have a release signed with the individual to screen to make sure they've had it first. And there have been a couple people that have already exhausted or utilized our program, and they're fully employed right now. They just had a backup or a falling situation in which they've used our program. So that's when Sarah's program can kick in to do that additional support to keep them employed. So again, we're mostly seeking those job searchers who are looking for that transportation, not already employed, and who want to go back to work, because we know that there is so much more additional support we can offer through that program beyond just the transportation assistance. The transportation is like the cherry on top of the sundae, but at the end of the day, we can add so much more to that sundae with the blending of the workforce services that are provided. And that's where the partnership with United Way works so well for this program, because it's truly making sure that we check dental needs, housing needs, all of those other components. And we were only able to do that because Sarah's willingness to say, I'm going to do an extra step and I'm going to get a release and I'm going to make sure that these people are already vetted for your program.
And an important cherry on that sundae it is, because oftentimes transportation becomes the barrier that is prohibitive from having someone go to work. And Sarah, you've also, looked at other areas in that regard, which is childcare. And I know that there's a lot of work happening with the Aroostook County Child Care Resource Center, which is a United Way of Aroostook project as well. So it's really a holistic approach and a partnership approach that United Way is taking, whether it's on this front in terms of workforce development, childcare, which also leads to workforce development, the partnership you have with ACAP and social service agencies and faith-based organizations and municipalities around energy assistance, and of course the food insecurity is the other challenge that United Way is tackling. What have you learned, Sarah, in the last 18 months as it relates to this new focused mission of United Way, and what you I think already knew about the caring nature of county people, but what has this new focus brought to you and to United Way?
It's really given us more impact. I truly believe that our work is so much more impactful now. We're not just funding organizations, we're finding needs and we're funding those. I've always loved how your team says you blend and braid. Well, ACAP's doing an amazing job blending and braiding, but why can't we all blend and braid together? So that's how I see the childcare work and the transportation work, blending and braiding of partners. And that's when we're making the biggest impact in our community.
And certainly it's been a real pleasure. This work has been very rewarding. It's always been rewarding working with United Way, but this new focus of United Ways have really helped to make an impact and on several fronts. So thank you very much for your leadership and your work on this on so many fronts, but certainly Wheels to Work, which is a much needed new innovation. What haven't we talked about from your perspective, Sarah, that you wanted to make sure people knew on this edition of ACAP today?
Just please apply, please ask questions. Don't hesitate to reach out. You might not think you qualify, but the income guidelines are pretty high, so that we can hit the ALICE population. So it's worth it.
And Heidi Ratcliffe, what are your last parting words or anything that we might have forgotten that we didn't talk about?
Not forgotten, just appreciate the continued partnership that United Way continues to offer and extend, and all the help that they provide to the community. It's easier when everybody works together, and we have so much more of an impact when that happens. And I think it's evident through a program like this. So if anybody is looking for help, ask for help. Even if it's a no, you don't know if you don't ask. And oftentimes, even if we can't provide that service as an agency, there is somewhere somebody that can.
Well, the program's called Wheels to Work. It's a United Way of Aroostook program, and in partnership with Workforce Development here at Aroostook County Action Program, and in partnership with other agencies like Aroostook County Regional Transportation System, ARTS, which is providing the Workforce Connector services. It's really about connecting people with the workforce. So do reach out. We will help navigate you, whether it's United Way or ACAP will help navigate you toward the right resource and help you ensure that you can get to work and retain your employment through programs like Wheels to Work. So it's been a pleasure chatting with you, Sarah Duncan from United Way of Aroostook, a great partner in our community efforts to advance workforce and other economic development initiatives here in Aroostook County. And of course, Heidi Ratcliffe, ACAP's Chief Program Officer. Thank you so much for sharing this new exciting project with the community. We look forward to it making an impact from Allagash down to Benedicta. So thank you both very much. And thank you to our participants who are participating in the program, not only those who are reaching out and connecting for assistance, but as Sarah noted, all of the repair shops that are partnering and encouraging folks and helping folks to connect with this program and doing the critical repairs to the vehicles that allow them to get to and from work. Before we leave you, Sarah and Heidi, and before we leave everyone on this edition of ACAP Today, we do as we always do at this point in the broadcast, and that's bring you our highlight snapshot from the past month of activity. And we take you down south, and not to Washington or Hancock County in this case, but to Cumberland County and to Portland, where our own ACAP community educator, Megan Lakem, was honored with being able to throw out the first pitch at a recent Portland Sea Dogs game. That is because she was named a 2024 Maine Prevention Network Ripple Effect Award recipient. And one of the benefits of being named a Ripple Effect Award recipient is to be able to throw out a first pitch at the Portland Sea Dog game. So Megan was honored and recognized, and she was joined by her family, as we see here in this picture. And we thank Megan and our entire prevention team here at ACAP, and as well as the statewide public health team for their hard work, making sure our communities stay healthy and safe. Thank you to Megan, and thank you to all of our team members here at ACAP in prevention and across the counties in Aroostook, Washington, and Hancock for their outstanding work each and every day. Megan Lakem, our snapshot of the month. And that's this month's edition of ACAP Today. We'll be back next month, and as I shared with you at the top of the broadcast, we'll have a special program dedicated to the 2025-2026 heating season, what it looks like in terms of who's eligible for the Home Energy Assistance Program, how you connect with emergency fuel, and what some of the new opportunities and challenges are as it comes to the current or upcoming heating season here in the state of Maine, and certainly in Aroostook, Washington, and Hancock counties. Sarah will be back for that broadcast to talk about how we're partnering with United Way in that initiative as well here in Aroostook County. And we'll have other guests that will join us to talk about the heating challenges for this coming winter. That's next month. And for this month, we wish you all a great September. We'll see you in October.